All right, dude. I got a layout. I got a camera. I got the cutie pod. My dreams right here. What's up, baby? What's up?
What's up, buddy? Okay, hey. Welcome, episode 24 of the scuffed version of the DT podcast.
Dude, hyper scuffed.
Finally, tomorrow I will be home again. Fucking 15-hour days of streaming. I even put like a fucking subreddit thread on the shit that I want to start doing. I'm gonna be doing fucking Minecraft hardcore mode with Kate Reno. Hopefully, Mr. Luton. I'm gonna be playing maybe TFT, Apex.
Ooh.
I want to make an incremental game for my fucking chat. We're gonna keep up with the politics shit. Holy fuck, I cannot wait to get my fucking house, see my big ass monitors. I'm so excited. I hope they fixed all the dumb shit going on at my apartment, because I also had some bullshit going on there with pipes leaking and shit. I hope that's all fixed. I'm excited. That's where I'm at right now.
Dude,
where are you at? Fuck France, fuck Sweden, fuck Canada. I'm in America, baby, and I can't wait to go back.
well,
Holy shit.
I feel like because of your occupation and being the streamer that you are right now, just having to be like neglected to like travel compatible equipment just makes you feel like it's super annoying. You're stuck to one laptop, most cases probably one monitor. Mobile streaming is garbage all around here. Just like I need power tools, man. What I'm trying to do right now.
And being fucked in like a whole other fucking time zone. Oh god, like if I start streaming, I think I started at like 9 p.m. Sweden time, was like noon California. Like, oh god, it was fucked.
Yeah.
But
how's it been treating you, by the way, the whole time zone thing? Do you feel like you're still rejecting like EU time zones to try to adjust, or you feel like you're gonna have like a hard time getting back to USA when you get back here?
I think it's whatever, man. I think it's fun. Wait, I am in the US. Wait. Oh yeah, I am in the US.
So you are? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm in Nebraska now. I'm here for a few days, hang out with Nathan.
That's cool.
California.
All right, dude.
Okay, first topic. Bullshit about being a homeowner.
All right, let's do it, dude. Okay, so so give me the opening here. The opening here is that also everyone, welcome to DT Podcast episode 24. I don't know, whatever, scuff edition. We're here. All right, so first topic is bullshit about being homeowners here. I love this topic.
I'm actually getting fucked on both ends right now.
Yeah, but you're a tenant. You're a tenant for a rental apartment, right?
I'm a tenant in my apartment, and my landlord is the lazy ass piece of shit. It's taking him fucking forever to fix my goddamn shit, which is pissing me the fuck off. My drain in my kitchen and my food disposal have not been working for like fucking 2 months, and I've been bothering them to fix my fucking shit. I pay, for the record, $2,800 USD a month for a 1-bedroom loft in Glendale, which is north of Hollywood. Okay, I'm like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, from even being in like downtown LA. Okay, fuck that shit. And where I own a house, where I am a landlord, my fucking pipes are breaking, and I gotta fucking pay thousands of fucking dollars to fix that shit too. What the fuck? I'm getting fucked as an owner and a tenant right now, and it feels fucking bad. What's your life like? Talk to me, baby.
Well, fuck, dude. Well, first off, have you reviewed your lease agreement and saw that when he's like when your landlord's held obligated to actually like get repairs done? Like, has he? Because usually these things are like they have like 48 hours to like respond, and I don't know if you report pipes breaking or some shit like that, or something or the AC not working, like they have like 2 days max usually to like do something. The fact that your landlord here has been thumbing the ass for like 2 months now, I feel like you can pull up that lease agreement and be like, yo, son, where you at? I need a prorate on my rent right now. You know
what? I actually don't remember. I should go back and read my lease again, but I feel like that's probably not a thing. But I could be wrong.
I mean, damn, dude. Like, I feel like, really, it's not a thing. Like, I feel like whenever I feel it has to be something in there to make you appeal, to make you want to sign the lease agreement. I feel like they need to like kind of cover.
It's fucking LA. I mean, everybody wants to live there. You don't need to appeal the shit.
Like, I feel like in a given lease agreement, they're gonna disclose here like who's paying for pest control, like to what extent they're held liable for repairing shit.
Well, I mean, they're held liable. I don't know if they have like a specific like a service level agreement. Like they have like a timetable where they have to fix it, or else I get like reimbursed or some shit.
Okay, so do you my question there would be, do you actually have a copy of the agreement, or is it kind of like buried in
it should be in my email somewhere.
Okay. Oh damn. Okay, your landlord's actually like savvy then. Usually things are usually like paper for me, and it's like I have to like make a copy of it and throw it like in a folder somewhere, and then buried in the basement or some shit like that. So yeah, now I'm sorry to hear that, by the way. That is like typically that bullshit. I'm sure you're not alone here. I've had some friends who had rental houses. Who they were tenants at a house that was for rent, and dude, some of them sometimes it's like a 1980s house with like a 1980s air conditioner, because like no one's eager to ever replace that shit, even though those things usually go out within 10 years. And dude, guy told me that his AC bill would routinely get over $400 a month in the summer, because like the thing just was not.
$1,400 a month?
No, 400. The electric bill would get over $400 a month.
400 is still pretty fucking high.
I know, it's terrible. Yeah, he just thought it was. But again, he didn't know though. He was like, okay, well, I guess this is what it costs to air condition a full, I guess whatever 2,000 square foot house rather than an apartment, or or something like that. He didn't really know, but I was like, dude, the house is old. It's one of those old houses too. I'm talking like the shit had like no grounding. What's that third hole in the electrical socket? The grounding prong?
Yeah, it's called the ground,
Yeah. Didn't have them. Like, that's how old the house was. So, to give you an idea of how...
that's actually pretty common in a lot of somewhat old houses. I don't know how old they have to be, but yeah, they don't usually have the grounding on the wires.
Yeah. Usually when I see that, I'm like, okay, well, this house is like way too old to handle all my shit, so I'm probably just gonna like dip on this one here. Like, if I ever
by the way, you should never just assume that, because one, people can install outlets that just have fake grounds, or two, people could even install outlets with quote unquote real grounds, but they've actually just wired the ground to another one of the prongs. So you can't actually just eyeball it. If you really want to test if it's a real ground, I think there are things you could plug into the wall to see if it's actually like a ground to earth or whatever, to actually see if it's like up to code or whatever. But a lot of people bullshit with the sockets too, so you can't even tell.
Damn, yeah. I did not know that. Holy fuck. No. Okay. That's crazy.
Here's like a piece. Here's like a real facts fucking life advice. You should absolutely always front the $300 or whatever to get a home inspection before you buy a house.
Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For 100%.
Sure.
And that's actually what we're going to go into now. My turn about the bullshit being a homeowner. So I got that done. For me, it was $400 for the home inspector. He came, delivered me like a 72-page document completely going over every aspect of the house. And, he gave me a thing. He said, look, the AC doesn't cool adequately enough given a 15 to 20 minute time frame. He told me like it's supposed to be able to lower it 10 degrees if I put it on full blast, and it was only able to do like 6.5 degrees Fahrenheit or whatever. And I was like, well, okay, I guess that's not too bad. I gotta look into it. Bruh, ended up being the AC unit was like it was from 2009. It was getting out of warranty. It was not working as well. Ultimately, to this point now, it's cost me about $3,000 to repair that thing. Like,
damn, that's an AC. I want to say those things should last like at least 15 to 20 years of good life. If that thing is going out at 10 years, those things are fucking expensive. That sounds like some bullshit.
You would think that, but actually, from what I heard when I talked to the AC guys who've been here like 6 times now since May 2017. In Louisiana, them things usually go out about 10 years because them things get ran to the ground during the summer. Like, you gotta think our winters in Louisiana are like. Until post 2016, winters were usually like a joke here. It'd be like November, December, you wear a jacket, then like January, you're back to wearing shorts again. That was really about it. So you'd have the AC running pretty much all year long. So yeah, they would get ran pretty hard around here.
Okay.
But yeah, I had
like to change like the filter and all that shit, right? Especially because you have got animals, right?
Yeah. Air filter gets changed every 3 months.
Like 3 months, yeah.
Or sooner. Whenever I look at it, I'll see whatever it is. But yeah, that was that bullshit. That it really it sucked, dude. There was a point in by October 2017 after I moved in that I learned the hard way because the AC couldn't keep up. It was a hot ass day. It was like, I don't know, like 93 outside, and had the AC set on 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and it just could not get it down that low. It was stuck at 75, and because it couldn't get it cooled, it kept kept running over and over again, trying to pump in more cold air, I guess, or whatever, with the Freon. And yeah, it was running my electric bill really, really high, and it was not doing a good job cooling. I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna, and I was hot and miserable while streaming, so it was like, fuck, dude. So I was like, I had my ball sack stuck to my forehead, and it just sucked ass, dude. So yeah, I learned my lesson there. I should have heeded the warning of my inspector and played hot potato. But I really wanted the house. It's a great location. I love the house I have currently. And the owners had already lowered it $10,000 because they're trying to because they literally were waiting on the sale of this house to move into their next house, and they couldn't, in their words, quote unquote, they couldn't lower it anymore because they'd already dropped as low as they can go, honestly. And I should have played more aggressive, but I was, it's my first time homeowning, so I could have just been like, well, fuck, dude, your AC's not working that well. You're gonna have to front me another $5,000 to buy a new unit because I ain't gonna move in on these conditions here. That's what I should have did if I wasn't a beta bitch, but unfortunately,
Your homeowner, your real estate agent should have been advising on that, whether or not they thought you could get away with asking for more or not. No.
Yeah, but they had just lowered it 10 grand, and they really didn't want to do that in the first place. But they were trying to get that sold like within 2 weeks. So apparently,
Yeah, sure.
But again, also I wasn't pushing her either. I was really trying to. I also was desperate to get the home because it was like by far the only one I wanted to get at that time. Because okay, let's go back here. Initially, what happened was I was looking in March 2017 to see like what houses were, like what did what was in my range, and what does 150K get me, what does 200K get me, etc. Trying to figure out even like what's my ballpark here with like the what do I want, what I want to do, and everything like that. Started looking, quickly found a couple things that were pretty banger, and I was like, oh shit, these actually look really, really good here. And then once I started doing some round 2 visits, when I figured out my short list of what I wanted, because there was only like, but because I wanted the fiber optic internet, that kind of made my zoning options very limited, because the fiber is only offered in like a quarter of the city. So it wasn't like I had like a lot of houses to pick from if I wanted the fiber internet. So that narrowed it down very quickly to like the top 5 houses I would even consider getting at this time. And then when I did a round 2 visit, I really realized that then location came into play. I wanted to be on the side of town where I was like not dealing with all the traffic and all the bullshit and everything else. You know how that is, right? Like, sure, you can get a house maybe like it's like 30 grand cheaper, and not necessarily even the bad side of town here, but like just the part where it's like you're going to deal with traffic. If you want to get out of town, if you want to get towards the airport, if you want to get to where you want to get to, you're dealing with way more traffic. You are paying literally in money by not spending money for the inconvenience of dealing with more traffic, more lights, more bullshit. So I wanted to be on the good side of town, but have like an optimized traffic flow and then some. Well, anyways, though, there was only one house in the top 4 that I thought was even anywhere near considerable if I had considered location as important as having that fiber internet. And so I was like, okay, well, either I get this house now or I'm not buying shit until I'm going to revisit everything later on, like probably in November of this year. So yeah, I was actually very emotionally tied to that house. I started having dreams about it. Actually, I got pretty obsessed with it, and I was like,
oh no. Yeah,
I was emotional. I merged emotions and business, and that's where it all fell apart, because now I got a little fucked over on the house because of the, to this extent now, I've paid about 3 grand on repairing the AC when I could just like spent 5 grand and just bought a new unit. But again, I didn't think, it wasn't like I paid 3 grand up front here. I paid 3 grand across various visits to repair and try to like fix this fucking goddamn compressor on the stupid ass AC unit. So
yeah,
but here we are now though. So we live and we learn. It's some bullshit though, for sure. But yeah, I would definitely hit up your landlord and be like, yo, son, like I'm citing here this part in our lease agreement right now where like it's been 2 months, I don't have a fucking disposal. And I don't have I have leaky pipes and shit like that. You need to fix this shit. For real. In my previous apartment, actually, I stay in a 2-story townhouse with 3 other roommates. We had a huge we had like it was either a rat or a mouse. That was a huge problem. And I just didn't want to like, I don't know. Our rent was already pretty cheap, so I wasn't really sweating it. But like, I didn't really know what to do. Like, do I tell the landlord? Do I just keep buying like rat traps and mouse traps to try to like get this problem fixed? So, anyways, though.
Wait. Well, what was the end of that? What did you do?
Oh, I ended up. Oh, okay. So here's
like,
actually what happened.
You have like rats that took over the fucking apartment?
No. Okay. So it was one mouse. What happened was behind the oven, because it was a corner of the townhouse itself here. So we had the corner unit, which was next to like all the nature and shit like that. The rat, there was like a hole behind the oven that wasn't really patched that well, and the rats eventually broke it or whatever, or the rat did. And what was really scary here was what at the worst of it, I had a pair of a bundle of bananas on the kitchen counter, and I saw like a bite out of the banana from the peel outward. I was like, okay, clearly an animal ate that. Okay, they're eating better than me right now. This is after I'm already being precautionary, because I was keeping my cereal, any kind of non-sealed stuff in the fridge because I didn't want the rat to get in there or whatever. So we had a bunch of like rat traps out, like the not like Tom and Jerry with the little slap, but more like the sticky goo ones where if they step in it, they're stuck there, and then I can like dispose of them at that point. Ultimately, we moved out. That's what happened actually. The rat was like a annoying thing, or the mouse was like an annoying thing, but it was actually my neighbor next door that really put me on tilt. And this is again the bullshit here about being a tenant a little bit, I guess. the townhouse unit had, you know, obviously paper thin walls because whatever, right? Fuck it. And but from June 2013 when I first moved into the townhouse up until probably the beginning of 2017, I had this cool black lady as a neighbor. She was like really awesome. She smoked a lot of weed, had a boyfriend over. They would blast music really loud. They didn't give a fuck at all. So we can be loud too because we can give a fuck at all. So my boys would come over, we play Smash Brothers. We were loud and rowdy. She'd have her boyfriend over or whatever, and they would blast her music. They didn't give a fuck. So having black neighbors, the best. Loved it. Well, unfortunately, the honeymoon was over because she eventually got a house and she moved out. And so we had a new neighbor come in the beginning of 2017, and this was like some really annoying old chick who like had work at like 4 a.m. in the morning. So pretty much the anti her. I had to like. She wanted like no noise after 9 p.m. under any condition, which is sure, this is fair, but it was like a huge buzzkill for me, you know, because I was sitting here, you know, on the privilege, you know, I'm sitting here playing DDR, you know, my little dance pad on the stream and everything else here, and she was like really mad about that. So yeah, I was kind of like eager to get out myself too there, and I was trying to figure out, you know, do I want to? Well, I've been renting for like 7 years now. I've been renting since 2011 here, and do I want to? Am I gonna stay here still? Am I like in Louisiana? Am I gonna become a homeowner? Do I want to like? Or do I want to like move to Austin or whatever else or figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do? And ultimately, moving out of state was kind of like a big leap that I wasn't really, I didn't feel confident in selecting where I was gonna go, whether it be, you know, Austin or Vegas or Denver or Portland or Seattle or LA. I didn't know. There was like, you know, because you know we're Twitch streamers. There's too many variables of like, there's nothing really keeping me bound to any one location. I can kind of work from anywhere here. So I have to like kind of like really give it a lot of thought and figure out where am I going to go, because it's a pretty big decision, you know, financially, time investment, and everything else here. So ultimately I was like, okay, well, I could see myself in Louisiana for another like probably 5 years minimum, I would say. So fuck it, I'll just you know get a house around here, I guess. Fuck it, dude. So that was about it.
All right.
So that's my story at least. But yeah,
Trihex with the homeowner.
You know, I'm trying, baby. I'm grinding. Appreciate it. The Twitch love, you know, all that good stuff here. What about and we were talking before here actually, but you're I take it you're not really eager to get any kind of housing in LA because it's probably like, you know, stupid expensive, right? Like I'm sure you entertain oh, go ahead.
In general, owning a home I don't think is a great financial investment, and I'd rather just dump my money into other places. I might look into like buying or renting a house at some point, but I think that the only way it even starts to become remotely worth it is if you're planning on being in an area for at least 5 years, and I don't see myself being at that point yet. Also, like even cheap houses, kind of shitty houses in like that LA area that I was looking at were anywhere from like 600 to like 900K. And,
that's what I was gonna say actually. I was pretty confident that like when I was, for fun, out of curiosity, I was just looking, you know, because now I have some sample knowledge of homeowning and all that. Whenever I was hanging out in Huntington Beach, I was like, hey, what houses run around here? I found like a little boat.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Like a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath, fucking 1,300 square foot piece of shit was like $600,000. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, yeah, it's actually. And then by the way, those were like, I went on Zillow to look at those. Like those were already gone. Like the billboard, the little newspaper ad I saw, those were already gone. I was like, fuck, dude. Like apparently, things don't last long on the market at all over there. Like they come and go like that if it's under $1 million. So
yeah, it's pretty insane.
That's crazy. Okay, well that's yeah, being a homeowner, it's bullshit, and being a tenant's also bullshit. So what are you gonna do, right?
Be homeless, I guess.
Actually, I heard fuck, what did I hear about this? Did you hear about this this dystopia thing happening in San Francisco right now? The pods. It was a CNN video on Twitter a couple weeks back.
No, what the fuck is this?
So in San Francisco, as you already know, probably one of the worst spots as far as like, you know, the median or average of rent cost are in USA. It's out of control at this point. There's a thing called pods, if I'm calling it right, like rental pods, and essentially it's like a, I don't know, like it's a room where there's like 4 to 12 bunk beds, like literally, and every bunk bed is like has like a mounted TV and a privacy curtain, essentially, with like a shared hallway bathroom or whatever, right? And the idea is when you use the subscription service of the pod homestay program, you can go from pod to pod. You know, you take your backpack and your shit, and you just, you know, if you want to rent a pod, you get a bunk bed with a little TV in the mount with some Wi-Fi, with a Wi-Fi code and a router and a bathroom and a shower. That's about it, really. So for $1,200 a month, you can go to your half bunk bed and do your thing. You're not tied down to one pod. They have like 5 different spots in LA you can go to depending on commuting to work or whatever, and you just you just live pod to pod, and it looks like a dystopian pile of shit, dude. So but apparently it's what people are doing right now because it's what they can. It's actually a pretty affordable deal by comparison to any other actual apartment in downtown SF.
I was gonna say this is actually like a really cute idea, but at $1,200 a month, no, I'm good. Fuck that shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, I would encourage you to check out the video. I can probably find it for if you want to look.
Oh, I just yeah, I googled it. I looked around. Like $1,200 a month. Fuck that shit. Like for no privacy at all. Nah.
Yeah, no. Even when they were being interviewed for the CNN video, the bathroom was taken. They couldn't even show it because they already had people like doing shit for their day, using the bathrooms and everything else. So, nice. Oh my god, dude. So yeah, that's depressing. That's your worst case scenario of like the rental woes of USA right now. So let's see, as far as topics go here, there's a couple of things we can get into, a couple of things that have happened here this week. Did you want to get into critical here? I believe critical, we watched this video, was that last week? What was that week before last? I don't remember actually.
I think it was last week. Yeah.
Well, he did a video, right? So he did a video on politics and gaming is dumb or something like that, and it was like generally an advocation for things for a simpler time when like we don't really want all these like political games. We want some more apolitical content in his gaming, I guess. We don't have to like overread the roles or any of like the roles, narratives, or purposes of how things are done in games, right? But he responded on something here, and I was asking you, Destiny. I was asking you like, should we get him on? Should we get him on to like because he made it sound like that we were like attacking him pretty hardcore, which I don't think that's really the case. Or it's kind of like just kind of commenting on his take about the whole thing here and then the situation itself. But question one is, do we want to reach out and see if he wants to come on and talk about it further here? Or is that coming off as kind of like would it be like a 2v1 thing? That's not really the best way to handle it, or like.
Yeah, it would be a 2v1 thing. I mean, we could, but the problem is that like I could probably just like imitate his voice and tell you how like the whole conversation will go. I mean, like we're gonna say like, hey, don't you think it's kind of bullshit? And he'll be like, well, no, I just think politics are ruining games. Like, okay, but like politics have always been in games. Like, oh yeah, I guess maybe. I don't mean those kinds of politics. I mean like SJW politics. It's like, well, what do you mean by that? He'd be like, well, I just think like not actually politics in games and not actually SJW politics in games, but like the statements that a lot of communities fighting on are like really bad. It's like, well, okay, so like, and it'll basically like it's one of those things where he'll end up backing into like such a niche corner that like we'll all basically agree. Like his ending argument after like 5 minutes of questioning is going to be, I don't like people online that viciously attack other people for disagreeing with their politics when they're not even racist or hurtful. That's going to be like his ending argument. Like that's where it goes, like 100%. Like, right.
That's what I expected actually too. It's going to be like, is the right term is it backpedaling really? But it's more like.
I don't know how you say backpedaling, but it's what everybody does with these types of arguments.
Yeah, the stance will be so vague that he'll have to like define it, and then in the definitive pursuit, it'll ultimately be like a diluted conversation here. I mean, I'm still down if he wants to come. I mean, I'm still down if he wants to come on or whatever. Or I guess I feel bad though because I feel like it would become a 2v1 and it wouldn't be as interesting or it wouldn't be fun for him. I think he's gonna kind of just dread it at that point.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. But I just want to bring up here that he did respond to. He did acknowledge that apparently he's been told from cross traffic that we talked about him. So all the love, critical. Hope things are working out for you. So okay, cool. Let me see here. There's some. I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, the reason why we're kind of winging this so hard right now for me is because I don't have like much to talk about. Because again, I've been still grinding I've been grinding, man. I'm a 5K Andy. When I'm on the Mario Maker, I'm a 5K Andy. When I'm on my shit, when I'm not late as fuck as well. So I've been doing my thing, and due to that, I've been doing 10 hours or near 10-hour streams daily, and I have not had much chance to do anything else other than that. It's 10-hour streams, and then it's like getting my YouTube content and editing it all together and all the other shit as well, in my other downtime.
Has your girlfriend gotten mad at you yet? That's the real question, Trihex.
Not at all. Why? What for not giving her any time or whatever?
Yeah.
So that's actually a really good question, honestly. The work-life balance of a work-life balance of a Twitch streamer.
That's actually like one of my. It's like a huge problem that I have when I'm in a relationship. Is it like I can like every waking moment of mine can like be encompassed by work, and I'll do it if I don't think about it. I'll
Hmm.
spend every moment either like reading news or reading threads or doing emails or negotiating stuff or streaming. Like that's it. Like every waking moment can be spent doing that. Yeah.
Oh, you are not wrong. Yeah, time is our most strapped resource, and it's really easy to try to optimize that, min max all fucking day, and just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
push everything out, push everything personal aside, and work yourself to death. All right, it's a death, but you're in the flow essentially, right? Because like
Yeah.
the more you work, the more opportunity you get, the more opportunity you get, the more you can work, and it just keeps like escalating further here. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've never been at this point now where I can actually like I got people begging me for more everything. They want more Twitch streams. They want more YouTube original content. They want more highlights. They want more my takes on things and things like that. It's just like they want more. And it's like, fuck, dude. I'm trying to figure out when do things slow down. I'm in the fast lane currently. But to answer your question though, my no, actually, my girlfriend's been very, very supportive because honestly, it's my first girlfriend, first time in a relationship. Actually, we got together January 2016, and dude, I was wubby dubby in love, man. I actually did a terrible job streaming in 2016. I felt I was at a massive conflict because the first time since 2011, the thing I wanted more than to stream and grow the stream was actually to be with her. So there was a lot of times where I was conflicted over like I want to hang out with her and do shit, especially when we were at distance. It was really really bad. I actually I felt like I was mega conflicted because I would try to hurry just wrap up the stream, and then when I just want to call and talk to her and hang out and shit like that, do the FaceTime, the webby dubby thing, because I was like the distance was like really hard to deal with. So like talking to her whenever I could made it like more bearable. We were distanced for about like 7.5 months, almost 8 months, until we finally like made the gut punch to close the gap and like move in together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but ultimately, to be totally transparent about this whole thing here, I felt like I neglected the stream, and ultimately the virality I have from Mario Maker 1, I eventually lost everything of it because I let competition come in, or inactivity, or just not the initiative to like push content out and stream competitively. So we got together and we were doing great, but by the time like by the time we got a house and everything, yeah, I was definitely nowhere near what I was back when I was like, single and prime on Mario Maker 1 back in 2015 when I had like, 8K viewers daily, So that, and honestly, I wouldn't even tell you all that if I wouldn't even feel comfortable even telling you that, because then you would just look at me and be like, well shit, dude, right now you're just a 1K. But, now I'm back on Mario Maker 2 and I'm doing my thing and I'm much more woke now to what to not do, that I can say, okay, yeah, in hindsight, without anyone roasting me over it, yeah, I fucked up and I did a really, really bad job of streaming at that time. But now I'm not taking it for granted. I'm doing everything I can to like redeem that mistake, because I don't want it to be painted in a way where it's like I chose, I have to choose between the streaming career or my love for her. I don't want it to be A or B. I think they can work together, but we have to understand, what the work ethic will require me to maintain that, and the fact that I was already a Twitch broadcaster before we got together here. So that's how I view it, how me and her have talked about it. So she knows I'm working really hard and she's helping me work really hard, and together we're going to accomplish our goals to progress in all directions here. So she's cool with it.
Well, hey, good luck, man.
Well, I feel like well actually, and then tell me about you though, because I feel like this is like the same thing, right? You have to like, anyone you talk to, you have to like convey to them like, look, yo, I'm hot and the proud, I'm alpha as fuck right here, I'm 5'8", I'm doing my thing, but like, listen, I'm putting in 60 hours a week minimum on this fucking streaming shit, and you gotta understand that whenever you want this Destiny time, that like you're competing with, the DGGers in chat and everything else. Or how do you approach it? How do you deal with it?
Pretty poorly. I mean, I think with the most recent girl I started dating, I've kind of been out of a relationship for a while before that, so I was able to sink all my time into work. So now I'm trying to find a balance again. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's really easy for me to spend like every waking moment doing something related to like work. So I'm trying to peel that back at some points. Like if I'm out eating with somebody, I probably shouldn't be on my phone. Like I can probably wait another 30 minutes or an hour. Um, and then trying to like streaming until you're tired is probably not a good idea.
Ooh,
Like
good.
you should probably
Big facts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it's really easy to just go upstairs and be like, hey, listen, we're not doing anything. We're going to sleep. Like it's easy to just do that, and like, yeah, it's not good. But
Not good.
yeah, it's just something you have to
know
like, keep
what?
in mind.
Actually, you bring up a very the unspoken tale of being with someone as a streamer. I
Mm-hmm.
can't tell you how often like I've I'm supposed to end at 10, so I'm supposed to like, you know, kind of wrap things up at around 9 p.m. And then, you know, I don't know, something happens, whether it be like I don't know, like someone raids me or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, well, fuck that, someone raided me, now I got to put on for my boys to show off another level or whatever, right? And then like I actually end up getting done around 11:30. But at this point now, you know, I clearly haven't eaten because, you know, streaming and eating don't really go together that well here. So I'm like, I'm starving, so I'm about to like smash down a fat ass old fucking USA patriotism size bowl of cereal or whatever, right? And by the time I'm done doing all that, you know, it's midnight. I go in the room, she's already asleep.
Yeah,
it has happened so often this month, dude. I go in there to like, you know, do some post stream wind down and chill. Already passed out. I'm too late.
yeah.
So we're already done. It's like, feels bad, man. Feels bad. So I'm trying to do better on like you said here on the balance as well here. Not the whole thing here. That's why we have a system now where it's like, yeah, you know, we walk the dog twice a day. So I try to like end the stream responsibly so that we can go walk the dog together after I'm done streaming that night, and just have our little night conversation or whatever. So the balance is hard, dude. The balance is hard.
Yeah, it's really difficult with like 9 to 5 jobs or with like salary jobs even. Like it's easy to like when you're done with work, you're done with work. But with streaming, you're kind of like you're always fucking plugged into shit. So it's a lot harder to find the balance.
Yeah, it's like,
and
being
you
a small
when you're
business owner.
self-employed. Yeah, there's always like if you want more work, you can always go get it. So it's hard to find.
Exactly, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, so she knows that we're working hard and trying to build our future together. So I'm just trying to like, and above all, I want to like really fight the idea that there was competition between like growing my career as a Twitch streamer and being with her. Yeah. And so we've had a lot of talks about that, and she understands very well what it means to me and what it could mean for us if I keep pushing. So do my thing. Now I will say on that note though, on the bigger spectrum of the topic of work-life balance, what I'm doing right now is not healthy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like doing these fucking, I feel like it's like 16 to 18 hour days right now where I'm doing the 10-hour streams. I'm doing the YouTube, and I'm trying to like fit in, I don't know, other shit as well here. There's always a mountain of DMs to respond to, emails to follow up on, and everything else. I'm trying to like, I'm trying to like pursue other opportunities while I have this like moment of, empowerment, right? And I'm not working out. Like I'm not moving. I'm not working out. I walk the dog because it's my only opportunity to like get some meaningful form of movement in the day. If I was wearing a pedometer right now, I'm sure it would tell me, get your fat fuck ass up and go do something every hour, because I'm barely moving. Yeah, it's bad. I'm in the worst shape of my life since ever starting working out in 2014. I haven't been to the gym in like at least 3 months. I'm eating like shit because I'm clutching further and further on the takeout. Yeah.
Wait, it's been shorter than 3 months.
Oh yeah. Well, that. I'm sorry. I should say rephrase that. I haven't been to the gym in routine. When I went with you, dude, that was more like, actually that was really fun, honestly. By the way, chat, did we tell you that me and Steve worked out together? It was sick. We both went in our freaking sick. We both went our little, like, we had a little gym tops on with a little cropped up booty shorts, with a little workout shorts, and we got a bodacious pump at the gym. Nice. It was fucking sick, dude. Dude, we were spotting each other and shit, dude. My fucking fucking Steve was on the bench, doing some fucking sick ass way, doing like 2 plates on each side, easy. And I'm sitting there spotting my fucking nutsack falling a little bit low. It almost hit his forehead, but it was cool though. No big deal, no homo, because it didn't touch. It was awesome, bro.
Yeah, I felt a little bad next to only doing 225 for 10 reps. Felt kind of shit for me because you're benching that 3 plate, but catching up, doing my best.
But
okay.
Yeah.
What's next? What do we got?
What's next, man? So on that note here, actually, we can kind of pivot to the YouTube meta. All right, so this is actually something I want to talk to you about, but not really. I'm not trying to brag here, but it's relevant now. So I've gone viral, or I'm in the algorithm at this point on my YouTube. I was a 43K subscriber YouTube channel back in May, and I'm currently now at 96K subs. Like I have explosive growth happening right now. I've over doubled my total amount of subs on my YouTube at this point. So I'm approaching 100K subs quickly here. So I kind of wanted to get some insight from you here, bro. What was your YouTube climb journey like? And because obviously, clearly, I'm my channel was created in 2005, way back when, and the idea of linear growth is clearly a theory. So I'm wondering here, how did you grow to where you are now? And
I kind of like my growth actually. I actually haven't had any explosive growth. It actually hasn't happened. Like if you go back and you look at my if you like check my social blade and you look at my YouTube channel, it's actually been like pretty steady the whole time. I haven't had one of those, like sometimes people have those like explosive months where they like triple their sub count, or they get like 100,000. They go from like a 10,000 sub Andy to like 100,000 sub Andy. Like figures. I actually haven't had that much yet. So my growth has just been kind of like steady and consistent, and I think that's just because I've been just dumping a lot of money into my channel, or not dumping money, but like making sure that like I have somebody running it full time, and there's like uploading a video like every single day and everything.
No, definitely that. No, you know, people will compare phrases, but I agree with you. Yeah, dump money. This is actually the reason why this is the same reason why I also, because I knew that my YouTube was crickets. It was dead. It was bad. You know, I would get like maybe like 2K views on any given video, whatever. But I also didn't have an editor, and so I didn't have a lucrative draw to get an editor in, so I had to like invest and like just blatantly lose money for a long period of time, which I was okay with because I wanted to build the audience here. You know, I knew I had the potential. I just didn't have the time and precision to like make the editing like what it needed to be alone. So yeah, I actually about 9 months before Mario Maker 2 dropped that, which I knew would be like a massive opportunity. You know, I prepared for the opportunity of being relevant around Mario Maker 2 in the YouTube spectrum by you know, doing a call out and trying to find the right editor to be compatible with me. And we would like, you know, use this time to like experiment and try to figure out what format would work. And by the time Mario Maker 2 dropped, we already like knew what to do. We had to just execute it, and it all worked out. Here we are now, doing our thing. But yeah, do you find that you've had to like change anything about yourself to like, I guess like mold into like what the algorithm prefers? Or have you not really changed anything at all? Like you dump your whole...
Honestly, I don't know anything about that shit. I just pay other people to handle it. I don't do fuck all with my YouTube directly. The way that I kind of view it is that like there are things that only I can do, and that's like why I make money and why I'm successful. Like I'm the only person that can be on my stream as Destiny and do the things that I do. Like no one else can do that, obviously, because it wouldn't be my channel, right?
Right.
So
No,
that's what I focus on.
You're
doing
not
now.
replicable. Is the thing we're getting here. Yeah, for sure.
Well, not for my stuff, but like anybody could theoretically put together and edit YouTube videos. So like I I try not to put any time into stuff that I don't need to be there for. So like I pay somebody to do my Instagram, I pay somebody to do all of my YouTube shit, I pay people to do all my art shit and all that, because I don't need to do that, and my time is better spent just either streaming or reading stuff related to streaming. So whether it's going through new shit or whatever, or interacting with social media like Twitter or whatnot, or like reading my subreddit, like that's like usually where my time is better spent, I think.
No, I definitely agree with that. Allocate all the I don't say disposable, like all the replicable services to someone else, and you focus on just like doing what has to be done by you. Definitely. Because then also, yeah, you build a better work-life balance, which will lead to you being in a better mood, which will lead to you getting less burnt out.
Theoretically, but I still managed to fill all my time with work, so I'm
Oh,
not
no,
at
for
that
sure.
point yet. Yeah.
I was gonna
You
say,
should. Why are you doing anything with your YouTube editing? Shouldn't you just have like a guy that does that shit? Or
so he does all the actual editing, you know, in Premiere Pro and all that. What I do is I skim the VODs and timestamp everything I wanted to do. Which could be allocated to someone else, I guess, but I want to make sure that my growth is like really good on that front, that it's all, I guess, organic. Like I want it to be the things that I want it to be. Like I don't want it to like...
You said you go through and you timestamp your VODs?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Wait, how much do you pay your YouTube guy? You don't have to say if you don't want to.
Shit, dude. I don't know if I should here now. We split revenue 60-40. Is that good for you?
Do you keep the 60?
Yeah.
Damn, slave driver.
Oh, what?
Am I allowed to say you got your 40 acres, or is that like racist? I don't actually know.
Oh my god, dude. Wait.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not.
Oh my god, dude.
No, that's actually fine. I do a 50-50 split with mine. Honestly, I was gonna say your split should actually be higher if you're gonna go through and timestamp everything.
Yeah.
That's like most of the hard work. What the fuck? I don't know. I wouldn't do that shit. I think it's too much time.
No, so the thing about it is, okay, let me go back here. The reason why first off, he has volunteered to do... I feel bad. I'm feeling critiquing him right now. I really don't want to. Actually, me and him are really, really big homies. I'm actually really happy with our work we're currently doing right now. But some of the videos, I'm like, I don't think that was really YouTube video worthy, honestly. So I wanted to like give him more direction on like what to pick and why, and to find more like, and do more jump cuts that give like elaborative context without it being like a bloated out filler thing that's boring to watch. Like I wanted to be a better like viewer retention tool and bring more of the YouTube crowd over to my Twitch and empower that, rather than just be like a, I guess like a longer YouTube video or whatever. So due to that,
like,
go ahead.
I understand that setup. So this is going to be like some big, okay, firstly, do what you want, but this is kind of like business advice stuff that I've learned. There's like, I think that when you're working on these projects, so remember what I said earlier about how like Destiny, I can only do, like, I'm the only person that can do certain things. You can't hire somebody to turn on a stream and play Mario Maker 2 for to 5,000 viewers. No one else can do that. You're the only one that can do that, right? For Trihex, for your brand and your business, right?
Right.
Right. So your time should be spent doing that or stuff necessary to that. Just as an aside, keep that in the back of your head. So I think that finding successful people to work with are people that are able to self-manage and self-organize. It's really fucking hard, but like here's the difference between like so I had an older YouTube editor versus my current YouTube editor. On my older editor, he might message me sometimes and say like, "Hey, do you think I should put in this content or this content?" Or he might message me and he might say, "Hey, do you know anything about like this video encoder thing? Like, it would be this be better or this be better, right?" So that was his approach. My current guy would message me, and instead he would say, "Hey, I tested this, and this performs better, so this is what I'm doing." And then, "Hey, I read this about these video encoder things. I've been doing it. I haven't seen any complaints, so I'm gonna go with that." Right now, it seems like kind of like trivial, but there is a world of difference between these two types of people. If you've hired somebody to do work and you've outsourced it and they're still coming to you from direction, you either need to tell that person like, "Hey, listen, you have to figure this out on your own. I don't want to do anything with this. You need to figure it out on your own." Or, I mean, this is me, and I don't want to say this, but like, you find somebody that can do it, right? And I'm hoping like with a little bit of push, you can get the other person like interested in it, especially if you're giving them a cut of the revenue, because they should be incentivized to like grow the channel on their own. But it's really important to find people. As a bit, this is advice as a business owner, not just but as a business owner. Your goal is to find people that can do the work on their own, because you cannot micromanage that. That is not a scalable solution. You can't do it. And as a business owner, your dream, or not your dream, but like the way that a business owner envisions themselves is, I'm going to be really good at every single part of my business. I'm going to know everything that these guys are doing. I'm going to be able to do all of this with these guys. I'm going to tell everybody everything. But that's not how it works. It's not how a business owner works. What a business owner is supposed to be really good at doing is finding people to do shit that you don't want to do. That's the most important skill you'll ever have as a business owner if you want to be scalable. Because at some point, like what you just said, you can't do it. You don't have the time.
You're right.
And right now, every hour that you spend on YouTube shit, and I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but based on what you've told me, you might even spend more than an hour a night doing this. Yeah. And all the time that you spend, you could be sitting in front of 5,000 viewers playing Mario Maker 2, right? How much money do you make an hour like doing that? Like it's not even close to worth it. It's horrible. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's just like
No, you're absolutely right, and I'm very aware it's not scalable. It was more just to make sure that this growth period was as organic as possible, I guess. Because I didn't want to have like the fear of like him. Because I've had some videos before. There's some videos in the past that we made that like had some dislikes, and I was like, "Ooh, yeah, it's because." It was kind of that was kind of like a shitty thing, or that was a shitty video or whatever. And I'm like, we need to do better than that, actually. So I'm trying to just make sure that right now things are going well on that front, because it's also the new toy. I've never had the YouTube like be good. Like I've tried on my own. I don't have the time for it. I've tried with like a prior editor in 2015. I didn't like how he did things, because it was like he was in France. It was kind of like a language barrier. He didn't speak like super fluent English, and the things he would do, I was like, that video was kind of dumb, actually. Like he would like over edit things. Like he would like, it was like really weird. It's something I wouldn't have done at all, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. But like even on stuff like that, like in one world, you kind of like keep an eye on your YouTube stuff and you see like kind of what works and doesn't, and then you talk to them and you communicate constantly. Like you could do that. But in another world, so you have something, you could have something called KPIs, right? Key performance indicators. Like what are you looking for to make sure, how are you evaluating something to make sure that it's actually working? Like what would be even better is after 1 week or 2 weeks, maybe you have like a 30-minute convo. You're like, "Hey, what's up? Let's chat. So I noticed that my sub numbers are growing, or they're not growing as much as they want. Why do you think that's happening? What are you going to do to fix it?" Right? And if they tell you like, hey, this happened, blah, 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 these are the steps that I'm taking to rectify, like even that is like, that's like a real quick, like 30-minute to 60-minute meeting that you can do like once a week or once every 2 weeks, or maybe even once a month if things are going fine. And then it's just so much less time off of you. Like this, I'm only saying this and I'm not trying to harp too much, but like my biggest problem when I started to get into streaming was it's actually, I think it's a really common problem that all small business owners have is you want to micromanage everything. And what you find out is that the more that you delegate away, that you give to other people, the breathing room that you get, the free time that you open up, the lack of like stressing and trying to deal with every little thing, it's so much better to find people that can do it or to push people into figuring it out on their own. Because damn, it's just not what you can't do it. It's not again.
No,
it's not
and you're absolutely right. Because right now you're completely right. As I said earlier, what I'm doing right now is not long term sustainable. I'm getting like 6 hours of sleep most nights. I'm actually it's getting kind of weird not to. I took melatonin and I'm still waking up like after 6 hours. I'm finding the inability to sleep in actually be kind of like a somewhat wake up call here now. Like I'm not getting like regenerative deep good sleep anymore. Like just like I don't know if my diet's too shit or if my posture is too bad when I'm in this chair all fucking day or whatever it may be, or just like or I'm just like I'm working too hard. Or I need to like just take time and go back to the gym or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like there are some signs biologically here right now telling me like, yo, you need to get your fat fuck ass moving again because I have like, I don't know, mood issues or whatever.
Have you heard of my like startups podcast that I do with Dan or whatever?
Yeah, I saw you did episode with Raynad, amongst other people. Yeah.
So I might have just gotten louder. Sorry, apparently my mic was on. Do you know who Lewis or is it Louis Rossmann? Do you know who that guy is?
Yeah, dude. Rossmann does the Apple repair stuff in his store in New York, right? He's dude. First off, I'm mega jelly. You should definitely introduce me to him at some point. I'm a huge fan of him actually. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of him.
Okay, if you ever get bored,
but I haven't watched the episode though. No, I need to. But tell me about it.
Okay, if you're ever bored or if you ever are fucking high and you want to waste like 20 minutes or some shit. Fuck, hold on. Apparently now it's too loud. People were saying I was quieter before. I can't tell. Like, fuck.
Right now you're in good range to me.
But, all right, I turned it down a little again. If you're bored, you should watch his podcast. Or not his podcast, my startups podcast with him. I love him to death. He is the ultimate example of a really talented engineer who is a really fucking horrible business person. He obviously knows his shit, but like the numbers, fuck, Dan might remember, but the numbers that this guy had were unbelievable. I think he's up to like, what is he saying, like 14 employees? And I think he was like struggling to make like 100 to 150K a year. Like he couldn't scale any part of his business. He's having trouble like renting places out for like his shop. And like the whole reason was because he was falling into like every single pitfall of a small business owner. Like he wanted to be on the floor. He wanted to micromanage like a lot of his employees. He wanted to be involved in a lot of the repairs. And it's like, dude, you have a YouTube channel with 1 million people. Like, you could literally drop your whole business, go make more money on YouTube. What are you doing right now? Actually, you don't need to be doing these brand level repairs. Yeah,
dude, you should have me on. Oh my god, dude. I too. I'm like, I wonder because he did the whole store tour and everything. I'm like, dude, you're over 700K subs right now or whatever, right? Like he's like 850 at this point, right? I'm like, dude, why are you? Fuck the business, dude. Like you are Mr. Anti-Apple. People go to you because you have the best takes on all the corporate fucking bias, fucking bullshit that Apple pulls time and time again, dude. What are you doing? Fuck this. Anyone can do the store, dude. Fuck the store, dude. Get the focus on the YouTube right now. I don't know. That was like my service level take from even from me. It's and I only know him from his YouTube stuff, honestly. Even just from that surface level observation there, I'm just like, dude, yeah, you need to like, bro.
Yeah. And he's a super friendly dude. I love him. He's really cool. He's passionate about what he does. But like with a little push, like that dude should be a millionaire. Like he's very easily. For sure. Like he runs a store. He's got a YouTube channel with 1 million people. Like easy.
At the same time, though, I guess I shouldn't say that the YouTube would be like his most promising opportunity. But I guess like where is his passion line, right? Does he want to do the YouTube? Does he really enjoy doing the repair business more? That's a fair point. I don't know.
No. It's not a fair point. So, okay, I'm sorry. I get...
No. Hit me here. What you got?
So, a lot of people will try to say that. Like, well, actually, my passion is with repairs. Like, well, actually, this is what I enjoy doing. If that was true, then be a better business person. Find the people to do this so that you can make $1 million. And then go and do that full time. If that's really your passion, is just like tinkering around and working on those things, be a good business person. Make a fucking, make a fat 6-figure a year profit. Bring home 400, 500K a year so that your business is fucking flying, so you're fucking franchising repair shops, and then go home and spend all day in your personal repair shop working on exactly the repairs you want to do for your YouTube channel. People make excuses to be bad business people sometimes, but you don't need to do that. You don't need to struggle with your business to do what you want. Be a successful business person, and then with all the extra time you've got after, now you can go and do whatever your passion is. A lot of people will use that excuse. Well, actually, I really like work, and I made the same excuses. I did the exact same thing where I would say like, well, hold on, if I'm gonna post a YouTube video, I want to 100% edit everything. I want it to be my quality. I want to make sure I want to do, and I did that, and I did that for like 2 videos, and then like I was like, well, fuck, like I can't do it. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. If I can't do it at my level quality, I don't want it done at all because I'm an honorable, integritable fucking business person. But it's a bad mentality.
Yeah,
because the reality is
trap.
you can do like one thing at 100%, or you can do like 20 things at like 85%, right? And then one thing at like 100%.
This is true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like charging a lithium-ion battery. Yeah, to get to the max. Yeah, like because I'm, obviously me and you both, we're incredibly savvy in streaming. I can get a stream popping, no problem here. But if I have to like edit a video, I'm Googling on how to do X, Y, and Z in Premiere Pro or whatever, a fuck ton. And, video 1 might take me 5 hours to make. Video 2 might take 4 hours. And it'll take me, weeks of that in order to get to the point where I'm actually like hitting bread and butter and I can get a video out, in a reasonable time frame. But all that time sunk into it and that skill, how much money did that generate how much money opportunity did that generate comparatively to just like outsourcing that or just stream more often, right? Just stream more, make more money than like delegate that to somebody else who can probably do it better and faster anyway. Yeah, no, I completely hear on the whole thing here. I agree with that. I love him though. I love him. I really hope did you end up ever changing his opinion on the whole thing, or do you feel like it never really
I don't feel like I don't know. I don't feel like it's my place to like tell someone else how to run their shit. So I don't really, not like a stranger like that. So I felt uncomfortable saying anything. So we pretty much just kind of like poked him a little bit on some issues. I think Dan was more comfortable than I was, but like just the state of like his business was like really sad to me because I would have assumed that guy's like a millionaire because like, I mean, his internet presence is huge.
Yeah, no, dude, he is Mr. Like you can't undersell that. Like he is the guy I would go to point blank. Like I can't imagine anyone else I'd want to see on like Linus Tech Tips and to talk about anything relevant to modern electronics more so than Rossmann, honestly. Yeah. Like yeah. Not only that, I think he also called out Linus on something at some point because he was just that good and that savvy and still that grounded on the legitimacy of repairs rather than the facetious idea or I guess like the perceived facetious idea of what's going to get more clickbait views on some things. Yeah. But yeah, I hear you though. And for everyone in chat here, it's a Louis Rossmann. Check him out on YouTube. He's like, actually, I don't even know what's one video you'd recommend to get into the Rossmann culture. I guess to know about him at his core.
I don't know. I know about him because I've like seen his stuff posted on Reddit. I've watched a couple of videos.
Yeah, there's a really good video he did about like how like Apple consumers are kind of conditioned to like kind of pivot blame away from Apple whenever things don't work. For example, the iPhone 4S having the antenna issue where the people, if you held the phone, like a normal phone, your grip was blocking the entire antenna. And therefore you're holding it wrong. So Apple, told you, hey, you're holding it wrong. Make sure you get a case on your phone, and then you're holding it correctly, and then it won't block the signal antenna or whatever. And Apple consumers actually said, okay, I'm holding it wrong. I'm using it wrong. It's not that the product is faultily designed or anything. No, I'm using it incorrectly. And he called out that shit in a really fantastic little rant he did. I think that video, I forget what it's called actually, but that video is a very great start to understanding Rossmann and his content.
Sure. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not as aware about it. People are saying that Rossmann called out Linus Tech Tips about putting GPUs in the oven to fix them. Was that actually not true?
Wait, say again?
So supposedly there was a meme that you can put a graphics card in an oven and then bake it for a while and you could fix it. So the idea, it sounds ridiculous, but the idea is supposed to be that if you crack like a board that there'll be like a crack in it that if you put it in the oven, if it's this is the reason why it's not working, that it causes the epoxy shit or whatever to actually like kind of melt a little bit and reseal, and it'll actually fix the problem. But I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard that the reflux. I don't know how you say it. It's not. I don't think it's the solder. People are saying solder, but I don't think it's the solder. But
I've never heard of this actually. No. If it works, cool. Shit.
It is true. It is the solder. Was it? Oh, okay. Maybe it was. Okay.
It's one thing. It's called reflowing.
Gotcha.
Reflows the solder. Okay.
Okay. What do we got next?
All right. So next here we got. Okay. So there's two directions we can go now. Okay. There is the Twitch drama that happened this week, or we can go into like some shallow takes on entertainment news this week. Your pick. You want heavy or want light?
Hit us up with the light. Let's start with the light.
The light. Okay. So the two big things that happened this week that I can think of here are that one, I saw Lion King, even though I knew I would hate it, and I saw it, and it sucked ass.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm seeing that tonight.
Oh, you are? Ooh,
yeah.
Shit, I wish.
You think it was really bad?
Dude, have you seen the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was okay. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, I'm not a fan of this like photorealistic take on the whole thing here, because I feel like you're gonna lose a lot of the art direction and charm of the original by like depicting a realistic looking prog rock.
The anthropomorphic shit.
Yeah. And so that was my initial take there. And I'm like, I'm not really a fan. Not only that, just like remaking Lion King, I'm not sure there's like what you can really do with that, honestly. Like it's so popular and iconic now. It feels like it would feel like you're remaking Titanic. Like there's not much there, because every change that you would pivot from to try to modernize or make things different is going to either feel like a detested change or just make it feel different for the sake of being different, because it's a pretty optimized product for what it is at this point in culture. So yeah, I just wasn't. I don't see why this needs to exist other than like it'd be like a cash cow grab, I guess. Which is obviously a pretty big reason here. So so when I went to go see it, I unfortunately all my concerns were completely valid. Everything about it was, I didn't like it at all, honestly.
Wait, real quick, Destiny, what does the word anthropomorphic have to do with the new Lion King? So I think with older cartoons, you can. So my understanding is to anthropomorphize something is to take an animal, make it seem like human-like. With like the older cartoons, you can give them like bigger facial expressions and wide eyes and kind of like human-like features. But I don't know if you can do that as much with like CGI'd animals. That's why I say like older animation can be like more anthropomorphized than like lifelike CGI. Okay, sorry, go on.
Well, do you want me to? I feel bad. I don't want to like saturate you with all my thoughts of the movie and then you go in with some kind of preconceived notion. Unless you want me to go full spoiler stinny on you here and just like hit you with my whole takes on everything.
I don't care. I saw the original, so hit us up.
So get this right. The movie, I don't like the movie. I actually hate the movie. But the reasons why I hate the movie are because, I mean, dude, it's a 75% shot-for-shot remake under a photorealistic, breathtakingly great-looking photorealistic CGI. There's very, very little different going on here, and the changes that are done, I feel, are for a lot of those parts are questionable or bad. Particularly John Oliver depicting Zazu, the little bird. Super gives me, dude, it literally gives me erectile dysfunction. Like a lot of the voices, I'm like, all right, cool. I can kind of get, Beyonce being a lion. I can kind of get, adult Simba being Gambino. But John Oliver, I just hear John Oliver. I hear John Oliver doing a bad impression or an attempted non-impression of Zazu. It completely kills me. Now, by comparison,
isn't Seth Rogen supposed to be like Pumbaa or whatever?
He is, yeah. I was gonna say here, comparatively, actually, Seth Rogen and the guy and the person who does Timon actually do a great job. I don't know if they give like Seth Rogen some kind of voice filter, but it does sound like a Seth Rogen under Pumbaa. I don't know how they pulled it off, but like, believe it or not, here all the parts involving Timon and Pumbaa are actually great. They modernize their bickering they do, and it feels organic. It feels like they're actually like less of just being like I don't know what's the word here, like humor fuel what's it called here, the little humor characters they make. It feels less like like they had to like deliver a certain percentage of humor in the film to like kind of make the tones a little more spread out here. More like it's an organic friendship between them two, and then them befriending Simba later on, halfway into the movie. Comedic relief. There we go. Sorry, thank you, chat. Yeah, it feels less like a assigned comedic relief characters and more like they're actually like a little bit more fleshed out. So their parts work really well here. There is one song that kind of changes that I think is really, really good. That I'll let you, actually we'll follow up next week on it, because I want to hear what you feel about the songs a little bit there, because there are a lot of them that are like not quite there, especially I Can't Wait to Be King, which had like a great fantastic number with like Simba, you know, on Simba with like, you know, dancing rhinos and doing this whole completely exaggerated orchestrated number or whatever. And by comparison, like everything in this movie is like really grounded in realism, and that song is kind of sung while nothing extraordinary is really happening. It feels like a less memorable thing than the original was. So I mean, there's that. There's probably the biggest part here is going to really turn you off, actually, the fact that like, because they're going for a photorealistic direction, the animals can't really emote. Like, you know, you're gonna see it really be a problem, and during the Mufasa dying scene.
Did we still get Simba and not was
Nyla?
it Nala?
Yeah, Nyla.
Are they fucking still, or did they edit that out?
Nope, they still fuck. It's it's all in the family, Kate Kona. It's all in the family, baby. What you talking about? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't gonna pass on pride rock to some old dirty old. I was gonna about to say some gamer words real quick here. Did
you this is not really related. Did you see the movie Yesterday, or have you heard of that movie?
Yesterday? No. Is that a new film?
Oh, it's the guy who like he kind of like wakes up. He gets like there's like a big meme, and he wakes up and basically nobody knows who the Beatles are, but he's like a guitar player trying to make it. And yeah, and so like now he's obviously sitting on all this like really great material, and so he tries to become famous off of like the Beatles old material. But yeah.
Oh shit! No, I haven't. What of it? Just it's a cool movie.
Oh yeah, it was okay. I was just gonna ask about it. There was just one little thing I was gonna rant about, but
okay,
watch it sometime. It's cute. It's pretty good.
Sorry about that. No. But yeah, new Lion King sucked ass. But yeah, you know, see it and let me know what you think about it. On that note, though, I will say here, this is actually very, very important. When I went to go see it, the film, I guess, it made like what 190 million box office this past weekend, so it made a fuck ton of money. So clearly, it worked for Disney at this point. Worst theater experience I've ever had. I kid you not.
A lot of kids or what?
Oh god, fuck. Usually I go to midnight premieres just to like dodge the whole spoiler bullshit, so I can like watch the film in peace and talk about it tomorrow if people want to talk about it as a streamer, right? But because Lion King was such a big film, they had the midnight release like started at like 6 p.m. So there was like, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9:45, 10 p.m. showings and everything else. So I went to like a 6 so that way I could like, you know, stream, come back and go on the Stuff podcast or whatever. I didn't think anything of it. I went, dude. This is my first time going to a non-midnight screening and in years, dude. I went, holy fuck, dude. Why are theaters so fucking terrible, dude? I actually completely get why people don't go to them anymore. Like, I'm paying $12 for a giant dice roll of variability with the audience, dude. So fucking annoying, dude. Not even just kids, adults too. They're probably worse, actually. You know how many cell phones I'd like deal with at that thing, dude? Some chick in front of me was recording on her phone in the camera app, recording the entire beginning of the film, like the whole opening song. Nah, you window, like the whole thing. I'm like, bitch, can you like turn your brightness down or like make it like you're not at a fucking pageant, dude. It's not your firstborn child dancing on the fucking stage, dude. What are you doing?
I must be like so fucking lucky. I've been to theaters in Miami, in Nebraska, in LA. I don't think I've ever had like this horrible movie experience. I just don't think it's ever happened to me. I must just be like really fucking lucky or some shit, but damn.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Again, to be fair, Louisiana and midnight premieres, I'm cool. I know everyone there is respectable. It's all good. But whenever it's like big family shit, I guess I'm just like I'm sure if I saw Toy Story 4 like not at the midnight premiere, it would have been terrible. But because Lion King, I went to like a 6 o'clock. It was just a shit show, dude. I had to deal with that. I had to deal with kids, man. And I get it, whatever. It's kids, dude. But like, dude, it was like 3 different babies crying and this shit. And it was constant, dude. It was a guy getting up every fucking 5 minutes to like calm his kid down. And I'm like, these kids gotta be under 2 years old, dude. They're just fucking crying nonstop, dude. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, if your kid's under 2, dude, what do you? Oh my god, dude. Fuck. I don't want to critique parents right now, but fuck, man. it was annoying. The experience was terrible, dude. So, again, chick one was recorded in the beginning of the film, I guess, to like flex on Facebook that she saw the movie, because I saw Lion King. Well, great fucking job. So did everyone else here. There was another person who was texting, and first off, okay, fuck you for texting in the theater, but second of all, like, turn your fucking brightness down. But it wasn't even the text app, bro. It was Facebook Messenger. I saw the little fucking bubbles moving in the group text. I'm like, you're not even urgent. This is FB Messenger right now. Like, dude, what do you even... Dude. And like, I want to like not look, but it's so fucking bright, I can't help but look, dude. I'm just like, bruh. Like, now people are gonna call me beta in chat because I didn't call a person out, whatever. I'll have you do know that there was one guy being that guy during a screening of Doctor Strange that I did tell him, bruh, turn your phone off, man. Like, I had it, dude. Like, the guy was like not getting it, so I had to fucking do it at that point. He had his phone, like, he was holding, dude, he had it like, bro, he had it like up like this, dude. Like, he was like slouching in his seat, like in front of me with his phone up like that. And I'm just like, dude, are you serious right now? You're not even trying to like hold your phone close to your body, like, to minimize the impact.
At least go to the back row or some shit.
Dude, I was, so like, he had it like that for like all the trailers, and like the movie started, and I'm like, bruh, that phone, fam, can you put it away? And then like, he put it away. He didn't even turn around. Alpha. So like, I don't know. Usually
Oh, we have one of those in Austin. Have you ever been to an Alamo Draft House?
No, but I've heard great things.
Wait, did I say we have one of those in Austin? He said it's in Austin. We have one of those in Omaha.
Yeah.
You actually, they warn you. I think a message comes on the screen where it warns you that if a person sees you with like your phone out, that they can ask you to leave the theater.
Straight up, dude. Straight up, man. No, I completely do. At this point now, dude, like, I can only imagine, like, so you tell me that when you go to theater and you're out like in LA and shit, like, you don't deal with any stuff? Like, you don't do...
No, I've never had like this horrible movie experience now. When I went to Jurassic World 2 or some shit, there were like people that laughed at way too many fucking shitty jokes. But like, that's like the worst experience I think I've ever had. Yeah.
Really. I guess the difference there though is, you know, you probably go to like some ritzy ass theater though, because I hear that like certain, like, if you go to like Yelp or like Google reviews, like certain theaters have like low ratings because they have like not free parking. Like, the parking isn't free. Like, you gotta like there's the adjacent parking lot is a paid parking lot that's like $8 an hour or something like that. So like the tickets are already gonna be like, yeah, well, it's what you tell me. It's what I'm hearing, dude. Your tickets are like starting at 14 and the parking is like gonna be 16. Then the fucking, you might as well just like starve and die, because who's gonna afford $300 fucking soda and popcorn?
So here's some fucking dumbass bullshit. This is totally random. In Sweden, in Stockholm, you have to pay to use the bathroom. In a lot of the places, they charge you like $1 to use the bathroom. Yeah, you have to like fucking put like a card in, or like a 10 krona or whatever, to like actually use the like public bathrooms. They charge you for it. Fuck that shit, man. America's...
What's the point of that? This is to make the bathrooms to have like a cleaning fee so it remains clean, or like so that,
or to make it so like homeless or poor people don't come in and use them or some shit. People that aren't customers. I don't know. Okay. It's some bullshit though. That's
crazy. I shouldn't say it's crazy. I mean, like, I don't know. What do we do? What would happen in America if bums started like using, I guess, public restrooms or whatever? Or is that
I don't think anyone in America cares. It's actually really weird. I'm trying to think, but I'm trying to think if they do it in LA. It's hard because I conflate it with Europe, but like so much in Europe, usually like a lot of places you have to ask for a key to go to the bathroom. I think that's true in LA, isn't it? Can somebody help me? I'm trying to think if that's true or not. But I know that like when I was in Berlin, I know that it was true in Warsaw, and I saw that in Sweden as well, where you have to ask at the front for like a key, and then they'll give you the key, and then you go in. Or sometimes there are like codes, and you got to ask somebody at the register for a code. I know that's happened in LA. Actually, I know there are places in LA that do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can think of a couple of like fast food stations that actually did that. Like, there was a in a certain part of San Francisco, I went to this one Jack in the Box because it was the only thing. Like, no, I'm sorry, it was San Jose. It was a Jack in the Box in like downtown San Jose, and it was like the only thing like anywhere nearby that was open at 2 a.m. I was a degenerate. I was hungry as fuck. I went over there, bro. It was like, and I'm not here to be an anti bum whatever, but it was like a fuck ton of bums in there, dude. Like, there was like at least 10 different bums all in there with like, I guess like
in the bathroom?
No, in the Jack in the Box with like either like, you know, who had bought like one thing on the menu and then just like kind of like chilled there and milked the AC for free AC and comfort. I imagine the bathroom there was probably I didn't go in the bathroom, obviously, because I was kind of like weirded out a little bit there. But I could imagine the bathroom might have been locked at that point. I don't really know, but it was like it was pretty crazy. It was pretty surreal to see to see a real tangible example of the homelessness peril going on in certain parts of California.
Yeah.
But okay, so with that aside here, yeah, Lion King sucked ass. Have fun seeing it tonight. Have fun dealing with kids running and screaming everywhere. The other small thing here is that this week San Diego Comic-Con happened, and Marvel had went over their phase 4 of their Marvel Cinematic Universe. It gets kind of nerdy here if you want to, but I mean, do you want to hear about it or anything? All right.
Yeah, hit us up with it. Why not?
Okay, so notably they announced here that the phase 4 is going to be a lot smaller than the previous phase, and there's no Avengers films planned between now and 2022. Like they kind of detailed everything happening between now and the end of 2021, and a lot of it's going to be mostly stuff for Disney Plus. You got you have the continuation from Endgame. You're going to have the Winter Soldier and the new Captain America, right? The new guy's gonna hold the shield and everything else that. So that's gonna be a Disney Plus series. We have Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and the Vision is gonna be a Wanda Vision series. So their two romantic subplots are gonna like probably get a fuck ton more development in their own Disney Plus series. Loki, Loki's alternative timeline from the events happening in Avengers 1 going up into, I guess, Infinity War will be depicted in a series starring him called Loki. It's gonna be very high. That one specifically was detailed to be a very high budget series, so it'll probably look really, really good. We'll see how that goes though. And but yeah, next February we're getting a Black Widow movie. Finally, it's gonna be a Black. No,
she's already dead. Who cares?
No, it's gonna be a prequel. Sorry, it's a.
I don't. Well, she's still already dead. Who cares?
So wait, do all do all prequels suck ass?
Black Widow does. She's boring as fuck.
All right, well, that's happening. So you're getting your first female-led MCU film. Also,
wait. What? Your first? Wait, what about Captain Marvel?
Oh, I'm sorry. Right, Captain Marvel did happen. My apologies here. You're right. I didn't mean to take a dump on Captain Marvel in that particular stance. I know that people were begging for a Black Widow female-led MCU film long before Captain Marvel was confirmed to even be in the MCU. So people have been begging for a Black Widow film since like Avengers 1 in 2012. So it's been a long time coming.
She's not even a superhero.
You're right. She's a assassination chick with really good acrobatic capability.
She doesn't even kill anybody. How could she be an assassinator?
You're right. She is the designated love interest of Bruce Banner and stuff.
Can I drop the hottest take? Are you ready?
Ooh. Okay. No, I think I know where you're going here right now, but go ahead, hit me with it. What you got?
No, you don't know where I'm going.
All right.
Are you ready?
All right. Hit me.
If I saw Scarlett Johansson on Tinder, I would legitimately swipe left. I don't think she is as hot as people make her out to be. I think that is like an insane proposition. That she is like this insanely fucking hot. I think that there are people in Hollywood that are really fucking hot. I don't think Scarlett Johansson is one of them. I do not think so. Absolutely not. I don't understand how people actually think this. It's actually insane.
Do you find her voice is particular? Like her kind of like raspy voice? Huh?
She sounds like somebody that's trying way too hard always to sound really sexy. Her voice is the equivalent of every Angelina Jolie movie where Angelina Jolie's like default face is this. And it's like, dude, what are you? Is this real? Is this actually your face? Is this Botox? I can't tell. Like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that with your lips all the fucking time? That's what Scarlett Johansson's voice always sounds like to me. I don't know. There you go. But
okay.
That's my ultra.
Well, have you ever seen the movie Her? Her? The one about the futuristic AI that No,
but I've heard about it.
Oh, dude,
that's you only use 10% of your brain, but she can use all 100% or some shit, right?
Yeah, it's got a very similar like overtones to the complications of the character of Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen, where like the idea of her being bound. I shouldn't even spoil it here, but I really actually want you to see. It's actually a really, really great film. But
wait, never mind. I'm thinking of the movie Lucy. I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck Her is at all. My bad.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen it in a while. I'm trying to make sure I explain it correctly here. in the future, AI is so sophisticated that a regular everyday guy who's single or whatever, like falls in love with an AI, and the AI is like so good at like understanding what he wants at a relationship that she's able to simulate it. But at the same time, eventually she becomes like bored of it because she has like, you know, adaptive AI and can just continue to do it for other people as well here. And so in the end game, if she can like, you know, become the perfect partner through artificial intelligence and learning and all that other stuff here, you know, what bounds her to just being with one partner when she can be with, you know, tens if not tens of thousands or whatever. So I'm kind of explaining it really, really badly here, but the point of the whole thing is that it only stars Scarlett's voice. She's the voice of the AI in the entirety of the entire picture. It's pretty interesting how it handles the whole idea of relationships, I would say. But it was more like if you had saw it, then we could talk further about your voice beef there, because that'd be the film that would really challenge you on this, like on the idea that her voice is like I don't know, raspy or whatever. So
Gotcha. Okay,
so,
hit us up. One more topic. What do you got? What are we ending at?
Okay. One more topic here. Oh man, fuck, dude. Did we talk about Alinity? Did we talk about Hasan? Did we talk about did we talk about bands this week in Twitch, or are these all
the
like
Alinity stuff? I don't know. I watched the clips. The Alinity stuff is boring as fuck. I don't think she threw the cat that fucking hard. I don't think that was like throwing the cat. And the vodka thing was weak as fuck. I don't think Alinity should have gotten banned for either of those things. The Hasan ban was total fucking bullshit. If people like K-Bubbles aren't banned, although Hasan got unbanned, so I guess that got rolled back really quick.
wait, he's already unbanned?
Yeah.
Okay,
do you disagree with any of
good.
this, or what do you think?
No, okay, so actually, no, I find that one more interesting to talk about actually here. So the Hasan, because everything else has been like repeated on Reddit, you know, endlessly. The Hasan ban, it has me curious here of like, what are the because I'm not woke right now. What are the protocols of like being in cars as well as driving? Two separate things here, right? Being in cars and driving with streaming. Like, what's the official thing right now? Because apparently he got.
No one fucking knows.
Is that where we are right now? Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I don't think we actually know.
Because I'm looking at it now, I'm like, okay, I'm guessing the new rule now is, I'm gonna assume the new rule is like, unless I'm in the back seat of a vehicle, don't stream. Like, just if you're not in the back seat, don't even do it. Like,
that seems to be like the best thing, yeah.
Because like anything else is like too risky. Because good lord, dude, I was like, because you hear what happened, right? That he how the whole thing played out here. From what I understand.
For Hasan?
Yeah, for Hasan, how what he was doing and what the incident was perceived as led to him getting suspended temporarily.
Yeah.
That he was like, was he driving? He was like, but he took his phone off of the hands-free mount or whatever to hide his address so he wouldn't dox himself, and that was considered like a violation of the TOS.
Well, he was stopped at a red light supposedly, so yeah, I don't even know. People keep saying he was pulled over. I don't think he was pulled over. I think he was stopped at a red light. Or I don't know. I've heard different things. I haven't actually seen the clip, so I'm not sure. But
yeah, I haven't either, honestly. That's because again, his channel was down whenever I found about it, so I don't have any like stuff or whatever. Okay, so fuck. Okay. Well, the only other topic of it's like really, really kind of cool. I guess cool. It's the one I put on here was like an update about my grandmother and some beef have my dad's like personal shit. I don't know if you want to hear about it though or not. So it's like,
yeah, sure, hit us up with it.
Hit you up with it. So the last thing I told you about my grandmother was that she that she had a stroke at some point late last year, and then I helped her out. I moved out of her old house to move towards a city near me to try to be a better grandson, so I can get her in the city network of healthcare, because obviously the hospitals that are going to be in the more populated areas are going to have better doctors, I would say. This is like cemented by the fact that my grandfather passed because he was at a country hospital that was negligent to take care of his stomach ulcer that he had, that they didn't know he had until it was already too late and he already died from it. So so from that in mind, I'm like, okay, well, I learned my lesson there. Let's get her to the better healthcare altogether, right? So March this year, I moved her out of her old house, moved her towards got her a nice little apartment at a senior folks apartment complex in the city. But at the same time there, she also had a negative reaction to lisinopril, her medication for blood pressure, if I recall correctly. And her tongue swelled up, and it almost blocked her windpipe because it was continuing to swell overnight. Thankfully, I caught it in time, got her to the hospital, got her to the ICU ward. They immediately went into like, incubate her. That way she would have a breathing machine in her. That way, and also
wait, they went on to what?
They I may be calling it the wrong thing here. An incubator. They her her tongue
Close.
was.
Wait, just real quick. It's intubate. But
Intubate.
yeah, I know.
I'm
What
sorry.
you
Okay, got
go
you.
ahead.
Forget.
Go
I
ahead.
actually never. Okay, so real quick here on that one. Whenever chat roasts me about like pronouncing things wrong, usually I don't know how to spell the word. Like I've heard the word audibly, but I don't know how to spell it. So if I don't know how to spell it, I'm probably gonna like fumble on pronouncing it or even whatever it is. So
yeah, incubate means like when you like I think it's when you put something in like a hatching area. So
yeah,
like
under heat
eggs.
lamp. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
And
read.
then intubate is like inserting a tube generally into the throat to forcefully like pump air or some shit, right? It's like intubating. But
Yeah, you got it. But
Mhm.
yeah, the tongue was like actually like triple. Like I didn't know a tongue could even get this big. Actually, her tongue was like triple the size. It was a really severe reaction to this medication, which apparently is not that uncommon because I heard from a nurse offhand that it was actually the 10th one that month from specifically the medication lisinopril. So it's like, oh, uncommon side effect, but happens pretty frequently at this one hospital apparently. But yeah, her tongue swelled and it was going to block her entire windpipe and cause suffocation and pass. But thankfully they were able to get the tube down inside of her in time to like let her like recover and all that. So that all happened. She recovered about 3 weeks later, and she had to like continue to go on to a skilled nursing facility in order to recover. And the news now is that she's done. She's done her 100 days at a skilled nursing facility. She's able to she's actually reacquired strength in her thighs. Before when she would get in and out of a recliner or in and out of a wheelchair, she would kind of like she would get up and then like kind of like just crash in the chair. She couldn't gracefully come down. But now after doing 100 days of rehab, she has reacquired strength in her thigh area and can land a little more gracefully. She can get up. She now unfortunately though, she has lost a lot of strength elsewhere though. She can't quite walk like she could before though. So she can get out of a chair better than before, but she can't quite walk for a long period of time anymore. So she is 78, going on 79 this year. She is declining in health slowly. She does eat less now. She has a stomach feed in her now because like she's not able to like eat as much anymore because again her due to the tube being inside there for the healing process, her throat muscles are not as strong as they were before. So like which I think I talked about already in the previous episode here, but like they would give her like thicker liquids that would move slower in her throat. That way she'd have more time to react and make the liquids go down the right hole, the non-respiratory system hole. And she had trouble even doing that with like the very thicker liquids. So until she got better, they had to give her a pecking tube to feed her nutrition and hydration and all that. So she still uses that occasionally when she doesn't like feel like eating a lot or when she can't eat a lot, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, she did her 100 days of rehab and yeah, she's doing better now. So the great news is that get this right, I actually found a rental house opened up like 2 blocks from me, and I got it for her. I nabbed it as a tenant, and so she'll be moving into that in August. So she'll be right down the road from me, which is crazy. Like it's the only house that's even like for rent in the same neighborhood I'm currently in right now, which is crazy awesome. So I can literally walk my dog and go over and visit her and like keep her in her inner city of network of care and her same doctor and all the other shit, and it's just like it's going good, man. It's a very feels good thing right now. Where I was very rocky March and April with her health and all that, but we've come back now and things are going good. It's going good.
Nice, cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. But there was a little bit of a dark side here though. My dad's a very very weird person, dude. He actually he wanted her to she's been saying she wanted to move back to her old house, the one back in the country, and I'm like, dude, that house it's a big house, it's a 2,700 square foot house. Who's gonna be there? Like I can't go visit her every day if she's like way over there now. I can't like the amount of like skilled nurses in that area are like way lower. Just like he took her at her literal word, and I'm like, well, she would do better if she stayed around in my area, honestly, in the city. But he like when I was explaining these whole things to him, like, yo, I already got everything lined up right now, he kind of whenever I put him in a corner, I'm like, well, look, dude, if you take her back there, one, you don't live in Louisiana, you just come visit here every now and again, so like I'm the one stuck dealing with that decision. Two, I'm the better care is going to be in the city, not out in the country. There's gonna if I get her private care nurses, there's going to be just less of them available out in the rural areas when it's like 40 minutes from where I currently stay. You know,
Yeah.
and I give him all these logic-based reasons aside from his like one emotional plea of like what she wants. I'm like, well, yeah, well, she's also, you know, dementia, old and senile, and forgot that she already agreed with me that it was a good idea way back when. But you're drilling in her head to go back to this to the old house for why? I don't even know what your agenda here is. The whole thing. So whenever I pushed him on that, he cursed me out. It caught me off guard. Actually, he actually cursed me out. He was like, well, you know the fuck what? And I'm like, dude, well, why are you cursing at me, dude? I'm explaining to you what I got going on right now. I'm explaining like with logic and reason why we should do these things here. And then when you can give me a counterpoint, I put you in the corner, you start throwing ad homs at me, dude. What's your deal right now? He's like, well,
is this real quick? Is this, I forget, is your grandma your mom's mom or your dad's mom?
my grandmother in question here is my dad's mom.
Okay.
Yeah, this is her mom. But again, he doesn't. But he stays out and he stays.
Wait. Your dad's mom, and then you said her mom. Wait,
I'm
his
sorry.
mom, you mean?
I'm sorry. It's my dad's mom.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just making sure. Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, the other grandmother on my mom's side is irrelevant to the situation here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, he started throwing ad homs at me, actually cursing me out, and I was like, but you know, I kept my cool though, because I knew that he was cursing me, and his reason was, you know, because it gets your attention, and I'm like, well, yeah, it gets my attention negatively. Like, I don't know why you're belittling and devolving this conversation to some kind of like cursing match. Can I curse you back? He's like, well, come on, what you got? And I'm like, no, he wants to engage in some kind of like emotional shouting match, but I didn't give it to him. I didn't engage. I was like, look, whenever you're done shouting and you want to continue to talk about what is best for Grammy, feel free to let me know, okay? Because if not, I'm gonna hang up right now. And then he calmed down. And then not only that, because I didn't engage in that part, he calmed down later on, and the next morning actually apologized to me. He was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I got a little emotional. I'm like, yeah, no shit, dude. I didn't tell that. I was kind of like, you know, I gave him a fist.
What was he so irritated about?
I don't even know. He was, it was fucking weird, man. I don't know if I want to get the whole thing here right now. It's kind of some personal shit, but like, my dad's got some weird thing about my mom, dude. They divorced in 2000, and he was still like, he was telling me how much of a bitch she was and how she ruined everything, and how like, Mikey, you'll never understand the things that like your mom did to me. And I'm just like, dude, you got remarried in 2004, dude. You divorced her 19 years ago, dude. Let it go, man. What are you mad about? Oh, you don't understand. You don't understand. Okay, well, what do I understand? What's the big deal? You understand whenever you find out. That's your comeback. I'll understand when I find out. You can't even give me one tangible point here right now about what your fucking pains are all in a bunch about right now. Really, dude? Dude, the phone call lasted 13 and a half minutes, and I'm gonna tell you, dude, I was like, I about had it. I'm like, dude, this guy's actual man child. Holy shit, dude. So I just want you to know, man, you can't pick your family, but good fucking lord, that was a very annoying phone call. So, yeah. Dude, 100%. Like, how can you be remarried and still be like this caught up over the past? Holy fucking shit, dude. Please give me some insight here. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this point.
Yeah, I mean, the reality, it's very strange, and we never think of this as like children, but the reality is that like parents and adults can have like really fucked up relationships, and it's hard for us to understand it, but they absolutely can. Yeah, it's really fucked. But
yeah, but I thought you'd have a problem on there because I didn't engage. I immediately caught that he wanted to devolve into a cursing and shouting match, but I didn't give it to him. And so the next day, whenever he had post-nut clarity, he immediately was like, oh shit, wait a minute. I'm cursing out my son who's been helping my mother and everything else here. You know, I'm sitting here, you know, using, you know, my Twitch bucks to make sure that she's good, because, you know, healthcare ain't cheap, and getting all the shit for it definitely isn't free. So, you know, he ain't got no fucking money. So I'm sitting here, you know, clapping and doing my thing for the greater good of my family and people I love, and he's sitting here cussing me out right now. Dude, it's crazy. But, you know, again, I'm kind of airing dirty laundry right now, but like, that's the good news is though, the point I want to end on here is the fact that my grandmother is doing great and she'll be down the block from me, and I'll be able to go see her every morning and every night, and it's gonna be all good. Awesome. It's all good, man. It's awesome. It's actually a crazy best case. It's literally the rare situation where it's actually best case scenario. Because I was looking at other rental houses and properties that were like within a 5-minute, 10-minute drive from me, and then that one house down the block opened up, and I was like, oh shit, dude. Opened up like the same week I was looking, because I have to find something for her by early August, because she's going to be discharged from the nursing facility. Fuck yeah, dude. It's awesome. So, you know, wide people happy in chat, dude. That's some good shit right there.
Yeah, nice. Good shit.
But yeah, that's all the topics I had for you this week, actually.
Did you hear, did you ever have any relationship with iNcontroL, or did you know anything about him at all, or?
No, I actually didn't. I heard about the passing, and that was my first time hearing about it. So I didn't, because he was primarily primarily a StarCraft 2 commentator, right? Is that what he is most known for?
Yeah, it was, yeah. StarCraft 2, and then he does like he did like Warhammer stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I do want to say here though, I do love this I forget 1 second here. I do love this crap, I can't even fucking open this one thing here.
Mm-hmm.
I love this tweet that he said, if you don't mind if I can read it real quick here. I have it
Oh god, yeah.
He did a really good thing here.
Oh yeah, he also was like a big like he arguably was part of the first like big like streams for D&D on Twitch. Arguably was involved in getting a lot of that off the ground.
Yeah, I love this right here where he said not always the case, but in my 33 years, find the stuff that brings you joy and pursue it. Guard it and earn it. It's fleeting and finite, but worth the endeavor if true. Things that bring pain and anger are pursuing you, or at least always nearby. Avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good tweet. I actually love that tweet. So, and
yeah,
that was
dark, but yeah,
that was some real talk. Actually, July 17th. That was one of his recent ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, well, can you tell me a little bit about him? Actually, I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone who knew him firsthand. Did you knew him firsthand?
Yeah, I mean, he was just like, I mean, it's basically like all the clips or whatever you see. Like, he was like a super witty dude. That was like really funny. He did a lot of StarCraft casting. I think that's probably what he was most known for, was his StarCraft casting. But he also had a role in a lot of the D&D shows. And yeah, I mean, he had a lot of relationships with people in the StarCraft community, the Warhammer community, and then he was friends with Koibu. So yeah.
Anything we can talk about as far as like, is there any like prevention awareness we can talk about here? Because I understand the passing was due to like an illness, right? Or some kind of disease?
I'm gonna be completely and totally honest with you. I'm drawing all of this knowledge from when I used to watch fucking House, but I think embolisms are just like those really fucking shit things that like when they happen, like I think you just get fucked like really hard. Like if you get like a pulmonary embolism or some shit, or like some types of fatty embolisms, like those things can kill you like insanely fucking fast.
Like we're talking like under
had,
like 12 hours kind of fast, or like
I think like under like 1 hour.
what?
I might be wrong, but it's like real right. If you get like a pulmonary embolism, I think that shit can kill you like really fucking fast. Someone in chat said minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, I might have to look at it. It might even be like,
dude.
But yeah, it's real quick. It's real unlucky. And he had I think he had like DVT was something that he had, deep vein thrombosis, which has to do with like I think blood clots forming in your. Was it in the leg? I think he had a big abscess in his leg. I don't want to like misquote too much medical shit, but basically he was probably more prone to them. Yeah. Somebody in chat said, so I don't know if this is how people normally die of these things, or if this is actually a story that came from Just Family. But someone said he died almost instantly. He just got lightheaded, lied down, and then died. But yeah, I think yeah, those embolisms like fucking kill you like super fucking fast.
And what causes those? I have no clue. What sounds like some kind of like deviation of a blood clot, or like.
So I believe an embolism is when a blood clot breaks off, and then it can block certain parts. So like a pulmonary embolism, your pulmonary system is like your lungs. So like a pulmonary embolism, I think, is one that blocks off blood flow to your lungs, which causes you to basically like suffocate, I guess. I think you can have other types of embolisms too, right?
Dude, you making me want to go work out right now, dude. Shit.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I'm really sorry to hear that, dude. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's been I hate to say it, dude. There's like, maybe it's because I'm seeing a lot of it now as I'm looking at it, but like there's been a lot of like notable deaths this week. The boxing fighter who passed from you heard about that guy actually? The
Nope.
boxing I forget his name here. It was a Russian boxer who died recently.
I have no idea.
Made it to the 11th round of a boxing match. I don't know who he was facing. I don't know who the guy was either actually, but he notably his coach begged him to like, listen, I know you want to fight, I know you have the fight in you, but you have to stop. You're getting hit way too much. And they stopped, and he had like swelling within his skull or something like that. They put him under some kind of like a medicated coma, and ultimately it still didn't stop it in time. He passed anyway. That happened. You know, our boy Jeff, I'm sorry about that one as well. And there was another one too. I'm drawing a blank on here actually. Yeah, just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Death is always a tough one for me to really like. I don't know. Talk about, I guess.
Yeah, it's real shit.
Oh yeah, the Kyoto animation thing happened too. That was the other one as well. Sorry. Did you hear about that one
Oh
actually?
damn! Some guy set like a fucking animation studio building on fire, like blocked the exits and shit,
Yeah,
and
he
killed like 12 people or something, right?
correct. Yeah, he poured gasoline. It was very calculated and methodical. He poured gasoline all around, including on some people, blocking all the exits, lit it on fire.
Oh, 33. I'm sorry. Damn.
Yeah, a lot of people died. This is the worst. What is the thing here? The worst attack.
Arson.
Yeah, in Japan since like 2000. I want to say like it's a, yeah, it's a very worldwide thing. It's really really sad.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, people were complaining about like the fire codes in Japanese buildings, but it seemed like this guy like went out of his way to like fuck this building super hard. Like I don't know if there was like an up to code thing that could have actually fucking helped. But yeah, holy fuck, it was like yeah, really fucked. 34 people died, 35 people were injured. One person had to get both legs amputated.
damn.
Mm-hmm.
I do like though at least in the difference here of media's to covering it here because I don't know who the person is. I haven't seen anything of them, which is good because I'd rather focus on the people who are to be remembered rather than giving free publicity to the shitheads who do these kind of things. So I'm happy to hear that his face isn't. I have not seen it all, which is good. And because I feel it's not the case usually whenever American media depicts like a school shooter or whatever. It's all about the sensationalism at times. So I like the difference right there. But yeah, the Kyoto animation thing, it's very, very sad. I need to read more on it, honestly, because I don't have much more to contribute right at this time here, because I don't know much about motive. Like what was it? Like, why did he do it? Like, some people are telling me
I'm not sure. I haven't read enough into it.
Yeah. I'm hearing plagiarism, but I don't really know what that means actually, in respect to who this person was, or I'm sorry, in regards to who this person was. But he sounds clearly like an asshole though, But yeah, just I don't know. Death's always like a really unfortunate one. I hate talking about it actually. But yeah, I think so we covered that, covered critical, covered the grandmother, covered the YouTube meta. Both agree that Alinity has been like covered to death, so we don't have to talk about it any further here. Hasan, TOS, Marvel, Lion King. Yeah. And so okay, let's bring it back to the personal stuff then here. So you're gonna be back home this week, is that right? Like you're
Yeah, thank God, yes.
Can you tell us now that you've in complete hindsight here, what do you think you missed the most about being back at home? Whatever home feels like to you now.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like super alive, like inside of a city. Like being outside of cities, like I don't know, like being in Nebraska, I don't like this. I don't like this suburban life. Like I feel like being in the middle of like a whole bunch of people, like in Glendale, it just feels right to me. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I can ever go back to living in like a suburb again. Like it's just like I feel like there are families here and people that I don't care about, and just nothing is happening. That's just like my feeling. For some people, like people love suburbs and people fucking hate cities. Like Melina is the total opposite of me. She loves like forested areas that are like she would love to live here. My girlfriend would love to live in this house. Like, and she did. She loved it when she was here. But I feel like being in the middle of like a concrete city with people everywhere and cars and 24/7 and shit happening. I don't know. Like I feel so much more plugged into that. In my opinion, yeah.
No, I actually get that. I feel like probably one of the coolest things about you being in LA is the fact you can just go to you can go hang out with other streamers or other internet savvy folks. Whereas if you're out in Nebraska or if I'm here out in Louisiana, it's not really an option. I have to use like a artificial portal to connect people, the internet, rather than like go have that phenomenal off the grid conversation. This is why TwitchCon for me is such a big boost. Like even though like TwitchCon is very competitive to consider going to, because like it's just very lucrative just to not go to TwitchCon and just like milk streaming that weekend if I wanted to. TwitchCon for me is such a big mental boost because like I can I get to be able to have those like really rejuvenative off the grid, no Twitter DMs, no Discord DMs, no screen caps, like real off the grid conversations. And like not in for one time not being in streamer mode and just kind of like keep it real with like another person who understands as much as I do, another streamer actually, so that that homie x homie connection right there, it feels really good when I go to TC and I get to do that, whether it be at the Discord after parties or wherever the fuck I'm at, honestly.
Have you um have you ever watched? This is really random. I'm sorry.
I'll
Somebody
try.
just brought it up in chat related to suburbs. Have you ever watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I've seen a couple episodes actually. Yeah, it's really good.
I watched. I think I was on. It must have been some international flight where I watched like 15 episodes or some shit, and I'd never actually watched like full episodes before. It's actually really funny.
It
I've
is.
always seen. I've always seen like clips, and I was like, "Oh, I should watch the show. It seems funny." But it's actually really funny, and it's something that I appreciate. I don't know why, but I have a huge appreciation for this. I think there's actually, and it's so rare for sitcoms. There's actually continuity in the show, which is like really weird. But I
Oh.
appreciated like the callbacks to like earlier episodes and how shit like actually like evolves and changes like as the show goes on. But yeah, I don't know. I really like watching it. I might sit down at some point. I think the episodes, I might be wrong. Maybe it's just on a plane, but it seemed like the episodes are really short, like 20-minute episodes or something. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was really funny.
I think
Just,
it's
totally
regular
random.
length. I think it's 22-minute episodes. 8 minutes for broadcast breaks or whatever.
Mhm.
But I could be wrong though. But 'cause I don't even remember like what did Sunny even debut on? Was it like an HBO show or was it like a I don't even know what network it was.
No
attached
way.
to.
Was it HBO? I don't think. Could it have been?
FX. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh,
It
people
was
saying,
FX.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't anywhere near edgy enough to be a
Edgy.
HBO show.
But yeah, no, I hear you though on the whole like I could see that being a big factor there too though with the suburban life versus the population density areas and whatnot. I don't know, it's just crazy. Like it's crazy what home feels like whenever you're away. Like because whenever you're away from the house, you're able to like really figure out and you're able to reflect upon what home means to you. I don't think you can really do that whenever you're at home, right? At least I haven't trouble doing that here. So whenever I'm away from home, I can do two things really really well, and that's reflect on the stream because I probably can't stream like I want to whenever I'm not at my house to stream on in my office or whatever. And then two, what home means to me, like what value do I get out of being home, and do those things more often, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a really really cool thing there. So I can't wait to like run back this conversation whenever I inevitably finally like do the Destiny and just run around the world for a month straight or whatever. And
Don't do it. It's overrated, but okay.
yeah. So wait. So you wouldn't tell me again here. So this trip was just you did it because you wanted to. Remind me
Okay,
again?
personally, I don't like traveling, but Melina misses home, and she speaks Swedish, and all of her friends are in Sweden. She doesn't live in America, obviously, so it's kind of weird for her to be in LA with like none of her friends or anything. So she wanted to go to Sweden. A friend of mine, or a fan of mine, I guess fan turned friend of mine, invited me to a bachelor party in France, and so I figured like, fuck it, like I go to France, I might as well go to Sweden after. It's a few hour flight up. So yeah, we just did that. So she's still there now, for about a month while we figure out like all the visa shit. Yeah, and that was basically why I went. But I think I traveled for way too long. Like doing like a 3 or 4 weeks of traveling is way too much for me. Like I think I like to cap it like 2 weeks at the very fucking most.
Yeah.
Like 1 week I'm more comfortable with.
I actually could see it being a burnout thing, because you have to like.
Well,
I don't
the
know,
taking time away from streaming is like super stressful. Holy shit, you lose so many fucking subs and you never get to stream, and it's just like ugh, yeah.
Yeah, that too definitely. Yeah, the
Oh man, maybe one day. Ask me in. Hold on, who's in chat right now? I gotta check.
wait, what's good?
Okay, ask me in 1 year. There is so much funny fucking drama at this fucking wedding that I wasn't even like a big part of, that somehow ended up kind of sort of involving me, but not that much. But ask me like in 1 year about it. It's so fucking
Okay,
stupid.
so I'll
man.
respect that, but I have to ask one question here. Why is there a 1 year paywall on getting the deets here?
Because I don't know if like the person involved is like actively watching my shit for it, which is like really. There's like
Gotcha.
Oh shit. But okay.
All right, understood, man. Okay, cool. I'll put it in a time capsule. I got you in 1 year, and likewise, whenever I do travel shit, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But I'm sorry, I keep saying one last thing here. One last thing on that whole thing about the work life balance.
last thing.
One last thing here, because I can get to this point actually. I do plan to grind until TwitchCon. TwitchCon's when I plan to like reevaluate. Like, okay, do I want to slow down now? Do I want to like take a day off or like start resuming gym or whatever the fuck? So, in case we didn't get a resolve here about the whole work-life balance way earlier, I do have a stopping point somewhere. I don't want to do I am scared of the whole trap of like, I can keep going forever on infinity and just like say fuck my health and just get growth at all costs and then eventually just crash and burn and die. So after TwitchCon is when I'm thinking, okay, I need to at least evaluate when do I like stop gaining weight and actually like get back to working out again. Because like I'm to the point now, dude. I'm so fucking fat now, dude. I don't even wear tank tops anymore. Because I got fucking gut and boobs and everything else now. Like you do, whatever I was when you saw me in July, add about at least 10 pounds. It's bad. Like so I gotta like I'm it's not good. Right? I'm not happy with where I currently am. But I'm pushing the grind right now. So I gotta like get it together. You know, we eating good though. We eating good, but definitely feel like shit.
All right.
But yeah, it's everything for you though.
Well, hey, I love you. It's been fun, buddy.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna do like the real memes.
Ooh, real memes.
Well, we're gonna actually be non-scuffed as fuck. I'll be back on my home setup again. Thank the fucking Lord, and everything is right with the world. So. All
right. Yeah, dude. Right. Well, GG's well played. I'll see you next week, man. Sounds good.
Yeah, have fun.
All right, bro.
Have a good one, buddy.
Later.
Yeah, there's like my VIN number and everything's on the ticket. I'm like, dude, I was in that building for 25 seconds. How the fuck did you even do this? Like RoboCop.